Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Zom 100, episode 4. Today, this very same day, I recorded episode 3, now episode 4, and that will mean I am caught up, because I believe episode 5 comes out tomorrow. There's a little bit of a delay, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, another show that I will be caught up with, and hopefully it stays that way. Right. So, what happened in the previous episode? We met a friend, or rather Akira got together with his friend, back together with Kencho, I think that's the nickname. He has rescued him from a hostess club that was overrun by zombies. They had a fair bit of teary, heart-to-heart conversation talking about how much they hate their respective jobs. They found a common ground, and then they sat down butt naked on the roof of a building, just drank some beer, ate some chips, and had a jolly good time together. That's basically how you can sum it up. Before that, of course, Kencho had to be persuaded to jump from one roof to another. Akira did it no problem because he doesn't have a care in the world. Simple as that, actually. What else happened, actually? What else happened? We met Shaw, a lead host of the club Showtime, that was named after him, and now that I said that name out loud, it also has Shota in it, although probably that doesn't work with kanji or whatever was used to like make the logo of the host club. And he was about to die, but he survived, and that's essentially it. Nothing more really happened. It was just an episode of a reunion between Akira and Kencho, and yeah, that's basically it. There's nothing more to say on the topic, really. Or maybe it's simply still too fresh in my mind for me to come up with a decent summary. So that's the best I can do. I'm gonna say it that way. What's gonna happen in today's episode? Well, the title has something to do with a plane stewardess, if I'm not mistaken. And Akira has a dream, one of the bullet points on his bucket list, that he wants to wine and dine a stewardess. So that might be the chance for him to do that, and I have a sneaky suspicion that she will be the 4th member of our team. One episode, one member, essentially. Episode 1 we meet Akira, episode 2 we meet Shizuka, episode 3 we meet Kencho, episode 4 we will probably meet the 4th girl. Annulist tells me that her name is Beatrix, so we will probably meet her. She will probably be the stewardess. And what else is gonna happen? I don't know. Shenanigans. Akira being Akira. Beatrix being herself. I don't know what that means for her because we've never met her character yet, but that's usually how it goes. Akira being Akira, and whatever character we meet being themselves, and a little bit of a clash of worldviews, clash of viewpoints, whatever you wanna call it. Sorry that I'm moving that camera around so much, but I don't know. Sometimes I think there's not enough space above my head. I'm not framed correctly. Whatever, doesn't matter ultimately. So I think we should just start watching this episode, right? Shall we? To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on, and I have plenty of space, I see. And I'm gonna have to ask you guys for your support monetary on Patreon, linked down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching episode 4 of Zom 100 in 3, 2, 1, go. Playing a game? Playing a game. And Kencho is just grilling naked, because of course. They set themselves a base on the roof or something? Yep. They set themselves a camp on the roof. Okay. That's a lot of rice with stuff, seafood. True. Oh, he's already finished. Shells and all. Okay. Okay. uh, sure. I mean, I guess zombies can't say no, so they can't say yes either, so that might be a problem. Yep, that's the scenes from the previous episode. So exactly what I thought is gonna happen. Apparently, in the manga, Akira said that if he wants to be a comedian, he should jump in the funniest way possible. So him stripping mid-air made a little bit more sense. Dystopia, song of the dead. Dystopia, song of the dead. Dystopia, song of the dead. I like this opening. Yeah. Make your own. Okay, they have a list together now. Yep, we have our very first team member. Looting, are we? So far, it seems to be the case. He wants to entertain people. Okay, so a childhood dream. That's a good question. Working in the industry, sure, but probably not in the way you were working. Oh? Another runway truck. Oh, music comes in. Go into the metro. Flashback. Another great track comes in. Yes. Realistically, he could have probably avoided it by just, going to the side, but I guess this is cooler. Oh, a jump! Okay. I thought he's gonna get into the, underground. But no, he went for a jump instead. And now into the underground. Okay. Yeah, that you are. Kind of an Akira slide. Yes, that's exactly what he's concerned about. And a perfect climax to the song. There was someone behind them. Is that the flight attendant? Zombies? No, just people. Oh, he's gonna try and fail at getting a girlfriend. Yeah. Oh, how do they know that Akira likes beer? And it's his favorite brand, it seems. It's a mixer. Okay, I guess you could say it's whining and dining, but it's more like a mixer. All you need is some karaoke. Okay, that's what we're gonna call you then. Oh, stewardesses. That's a point of his bucket list. Flight attendants. Yep. Beef or chicken. Uh, I'm sorry. Pop Teppy Pig immediately came into my mind with beef or chicken. Yep. Who would have thunk? We have liquor. Grab some. And are you going for an indirect kiss? No. I thought for a moment that he's just gonna jump at the bottle. But no, he's not this kind of a degenerate. Yeah, that sucks, not knowing how to socialize. I speak from experience, by the way. Oh, okay. Way to open a conversation. He operates in completely different wavelengths than everybody else. Yeah, Kenji is also trying to score. That's what he's doing. You're not gonna get your wingman. And a letterbox. Getting cozy with a flight attendant. That seems like a title of a doujinshi. And this tune comes in again. Probably not a great idea, snorting tequila. Tequila. Okay, he has the approval of the alcoholic Nessan. And the party is starting. It is his only bit. It is his only bit. It is his only bit. Yeah, especially not tequila. Oh? A girl approached me? Oh, fuck. The old guy's gonna turn into a zombie. Well, shit. I recognize her voice from somewhere. Akira is gonna be the only one left to save them. Human touch, how long has it been, right? Yeah. Well, shit. At least you got that bit. You know, some human sympathy, if nothing else. Reika-chan is dead. Undead. And trying to deep throat a bottle. Another great track. And now she's dead. Well, shit. Akira, where are you? I guess he doesn't need Akira's help. Meanwhile, the two of them are having a nice heart-to-heart moment. True. Kinda. But then again, you were probably led to believe that it is actually this kind of a job. True enough. True enough. And she gets attacked. Well, shit. Nobody besides Akira and Kencho will survive. I'm afraid it's gonna be too late for her. Yeah, she's been bit. Okay. So at least you have that realization, that knowledge that you were fulfilling your dream. And she's dead as well. Hey, they have a TV at least. Just carrying that TV on their motorcycle. Another very nice track. Yeah, what is your dream, Akira? We know your bucket list, your goals, but what is your dream? Finding a dream is one of your goals? Remembering it. Because you certainly had it one day. Oh, I'm living! Okay, a little sadder of an episode. Little bit more not withdrawn, but a little bit more what you might call it. Not limited, but not as bombastic and lively and crazy as previous episodes were. More restrained, I guess, would be a good way to put it. I thought we were gonna meet Beatrix in this episode, but apparently not. Also, Shizuka is smiling while riding the truck. And I guess in more place in the ending as well. Okay, another great episode. Hero of the Dead. That will probably be our samurai girl. Ugh. And now, come on. Now we're gonna watch this one again, as always, shall we? Yes, we shall. Again, as always, it's not a choice you can make. Unless you turn off this video right now, so I guess it is your choice after all. I honestly thought Kencho was just cooking naked, but no, he at least has his pants on. Stay at home camping. You could have gotten like a roll or two of artificial grass at the store while you were there. It would make it a little bit more camp-like, but I guess concrete is also nice because you have all those plants and stuff. I bought myself a nice Dracena today, coincidentally, and there is very little more space on my windowsill for plants. Unfortunately, I had to put Monstera there because there was no space for her on the on the windowsill, and I think that Monstera's got thrips, so it's best to isolate it a little bit. I get some insecticide today, thankfully, so I should be able to fight off the thrips infestation. Regardless, go stay at home. Camping, paint, and oil painting. That's a goal. Why oil? I don't know. But oil. And what do we have here? Some mussels of some sort. I'm not sure what exactly. I think some shrimp, green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, black olives. Interesting. Corn, green peas. This thing in the middle, this thing is that a sea urchin or something? I don't know. And I actually see bits and pieces of ham as well. The secret ingredient is ham because of the smoky flavor. Smoky flavor is really nice, and you can get a lot of it from a nice smoked ham or smoked paprika. If you want to add some smoky flavor to your dishes, smoked paprika is a great way to do that. Some really cool pieces of animation here. Some really cool, very different art than usual. And yeah, this is your selection of females that you can potentially date. Thankfully, it's not as bad. There are still survivors, although fewer and fewer with each passing day. Alas. Did we see some of those? I don't think we did. And he just... I thought he's gonna get his own list, maybe like on the back side of the notebook or something, but no, he just adds to Akira's list like it's, like it's nothing. There is a little bit of a lie in that Zom 100 things I want to do before I turn into a zombie or whatever the subtitle is, because it's not just Akira's goals, but whatever. They are best buddies. They are joined at the hip. Might as well be their common joined list. Meet the woman of my dreams. Become a stand-up comic. Yeah, we'll just make this my list too. No problem. And a widescreen TV. Marathon some games on a widescreen TV. To get into showbiz, I need to go through a training school, an agent, apprenticeship. Do you really? Aren't there any like stand-up comedy clubs in Japan or anything like that, where you can just go and you have your 15 minutes or however long to do a stand-up, and you build your reputation that way, and eventually you become a known name? Or I don't know, maybe there aren't. And the topic of today's episode is dreams. Kenjo has his dream, Yukari-chan had her dream. What is Akira's actual dream in life? Getting hired by the company? That wasn't a dream. Absolutely not. Working in the industry, it was, but being hired by that particular company? Not really. Not really, no. It's an important distinction to make, to not spoil your own dreams by like having bad jobs, essentially. I went to college to learn programming good, and I learned it in my spare time as well, and I got my papers and whatnot, and I wanted to be a programmer. I wanted to work in the field, and I got my first job, and it was kind of shit. And did that destroy my dream of being able to earn my keep by Programming? No. Did it destroy programming as a hobby for me? No, I program things for fun. I code for fun on the daily. So you need to make that distinction. I didn't dream of working at that company, but I did dream of working as a programmer. Similarly, my job as a teacher. Was it great? Not particularly. It was far away. The students I was teaching didn't really want to learn. I had maybe like one class that actually kind of sort of worked with me, and the entire school was complete chaos. Uh, did I dream of working at that particular school? No. Did I dream of trying out to be a teacher? Yeah. It's the same here. He dreamed of working in the field, but not about working at that company. You can escape, although okay, I guess they can escape the truck, but they couldn't escape the explosion because the explosion was really, really big for some reason. Reminded of Shizuka. Reminded of a jump. That's what we're gonna do. He absolutely is going for it. Nice jump. Nice explosion. With a couple of impact frames. Secondary explosion. Amazing face. Just being hit in the face by the fireman's head. Yeah, he's not just scared about the explosion, he sees the head coming in towards him. Some great humor in the show. We're racing through the underground on a motorcycle, almost like if it was a game. Unfortunately, it is not. It's reality. We don't get any more translations of the list. Survivors. Thankfully, it's cute girls, no less. Flight attendants. Hell yeah. And we can have a party. We can do some drinking, we can do some eating. We have all the drink and all the food we want, we might ever want. This is a great idea. Placing a torch on a water bottle to disperse the light to create a lamp. This is cool. And of course, they have no idea how to talk to girls or to anybody. Probably Kensho more so, but Akira, no clue. He hasn't been socializing really outside of his work for like 3 years, so. And yeah, the realization that they are whining and dining. Although to me it looks more like a mixer, right? Girls on one side, boys on the other side. Alcohol and snacks instead of like proper food, introductions and whatnot. All that's missing is a karaoke machine, and it would be a proper mixer. And they just so happen to be flight attendants. What are the chances, right? Beef or chicken? I'm sorry, but wait. Uh, can I find it? I think I can. God damn it. Yeah. Pull that tab out. Okay, maybe not. Whatever. Uh Beef or chicken. Pop the pipik. It was in the. I guess the only results of Googling will be the videos. Yeah. I guess the only result uh, will be a piece of the anime, of the Pop the Pipic anime. I need to watch season 2. I haven't seen it yet. Display capture. There we go. Pop the Pipic. I love Pop the Pipic. Beef. That's Pop the Pipic. If you didn't know what it is, I very often make references to Pop the Pipic, especially when it comes to voice actors. Pop the Pipic's shtick when it comes to voice actors is that every episode, someone else's voices are main two characters, and for the first half of each episode, it's two female seiyuu, and for the second part of each episode, it's two male seiyuu. So the list of VAs for Popko and Pipimi is like you scroll through it. And this is the first thing that comes to my mind whenever I hear Before Chicken. We're whining and dining with flight attendants. Kinda, sorta. When I was being exploited, I have no idea what to do in this situation. Yep. I have to bring up a topic, and did you really have to pick the topic of, do you have a boyfriend? He really doesn't know how to socialize, does he? Meanwhile, Kencho is amazing at it, because that's been his whole shtick, right? That's been his entire career, sucking up to rich people and trying to sell them shit. So of course he mastered the art of, of talking smoothly, of being smooth, of whatchamacallit? Fuck. Whatever. Doesn't matter. He mastered the art of talking smoothly to people. And that smile. Yeah, just to rub it in a little bit. I wanna get cozy with a flight attendant too. And to do that, I will snort tequila. I don't know why he decided to do that. Maybe that's on his bucket list, but apparently. The alcoholic Onesama likes it. I honestly thought that Akira might end up with her, but no, he ended with the cute girl. And he said this very episode that getting naked is not his only bit. It is. It is his only bit. It is his only bit. And there is always someone who's been beaten and refuses to admit that. There is always that one motherfucker that ruins it for everybody else. I wonder if what she's saying is like an actual critique on the state of Japanese airlines or airlines in general. Alas, he wasn't just trying to get handsy, he was trying to eat you because he's a zombie. Meanwhile, Kencho scored one of the girls. Yeah, he did, very much did. Thankfully, the store has a whole area with beds. I love his face just sliding around. Reminds me a lot of Gugurekokuri-san. There's a character there, a main character actually, who she's known for not being able to smile. Whenever she tries smiling, instead all her facial features just start drifting across her face. Watch Gugu Koku. It's actually a great show. I do have a boyfriend, I'm sure he's alive. But yeah, that means she was genuinely worried. She didn't come here to try to get into your pants or anything like that. He was genuinely worried for you, like one human being would be worried for another human being. And that somehow makes it nicer, doesn't it? Having the, the knowledge that someone genuinely cares about you. Reika is unfortunately dead, already a zombie. And so is Kencho's girlfriend, who doesn't have any reaction time whatsoever because of her state of inebriation. That makes for a very nice maze, for sure. Good to know that zombies can actually be killed. There's sometimes zombie media where zombies are pretty much unkillable, right? Like you rip off their arms, you smash their heads, and they will still go forward with their brains spilling out. Not in this show. If you damage the head enough, they won't be able to follow you. Simple as that. Somehow, by sitting here and recording, I've met my calorie goal for today. How does that work? I don't know. Maybe talking actually burns calories? Probably does. Probably not much, though. But how would my watch know that I'm talking? Now, that's a question. It's my third year. The job is physically demanding, mentally exhausting. I'm met with, like, bad people. And yeah, in my case, I just felt I had to go job hunting. It's kind of the same, it's very much the same in my case, to be perfectly honest. I can really empathize here. I didn't look for a job because I wanted to get a job. I was looking for a job because I felt like I had to. Right? I'm done with college, I got my papers, now it's time to enter the workforce. That's how it's supposed to be, that's what you have to do, that's what you are obliged to do. Same goes for my other job. I also felt obliged to do that, so I did. Would I rather not have done that? Yeah, of course. But then, job also lets me have money, and money is fairly useful in our world, unfortunately, and it takes time to build, alternate sources of income. Like I earn a little bit on my Patreon, not particularly much, so I wouldn't be able to, live off of it by any means. So I need a job, one way or another. So I can really empathize with Akira here. But now that I think of it, the things I aspired to do were just things someone else wanted. Again, kind of the same in my case, although that someone else was in general society, generally described society, right? Society expects you to work, so you want to meet society's demands and you go to work. Just a borrowed dream. And the important question is, whose dream was it to be a flight attendant? Completely silent. We know that we aren't meant to take that moment, lightly. This is not comedy bit. This is not the haha Zom 100. This is the zombie apocalypse Zom 100. Nobody should be laughing now. There's no cheerful music. There's no laughing. There's just the horrifying realization that she will die very soon. She will turn into a zombie. And I was so miserable from being airsick. Flight attendant gently rubbed my back, and that's when I decided I want to be a flight attendant. I want to be a person who also helps people on the plane, who also rubs people's backs. I want to be like her. I also want to be a gentle, caring soul. So it was my dream. It actually was my dream. Alas, the dream ends now. Gets cut short by a zombie. And haha, color is back. Haha, funny is back. We got a Zictor UHV80 B8K Ultra Max widescreen TV. Hell yeah. Despite that, the music is still kind of somber. You hear the strings, you hear a cello or something playing there. It's not a hype, funny, haha song. It's still fairly somber, fairly serious music. And on their drive back, the music isn't, that hype, funny, haha music either. It's not somber, but it's that not lo-fi. I guess kinda lo-fi, but what I meant is like vaporwave kind of a type of music, right? Miami sunset, riding a speedboat on the coast with flowery shirts floating in the wind, right? This kind of a vibe. This kind of a vibe. And even the color scheme, orange, purple, a little bit of blue. So it's a little bit of a midpoint. A little bit of, rather, in the middle of the road. It's not as somber as the music when Yukari was killed, or lack thereof. And it's not as funny, haha, hype as it usually is. It meets us in the middle. Because we are safe, we have the TV now, we had some fun. But shit, those girls are dead. They had their dreams, their aspirations, they wanted to survive, and they fucking didn't. And we knew them, so it hurts even more. Akira didn't really know his neighbors, so their deaths weren't as significant. They didn't hit as hard, but those are the people they've met for a long time. Akira especially had a very deep heart-to-heart with Yukari, and now she's dead. And now, what was my dream as a child? What did I dream of? I forgot. I forgot. So now, I need to remember that. I need to remember who I wanted to be as a child and try to become that person. And music comes in. Oh, I'm living. Despite all of that, despite all the shit that happened, I'm living. Oh, I'm living. I'm not just surviving. I'm not just trying to scrape by. I'm alive. I have the privilege of being alive right now, and I'm gonna use it to the maximum. Yep. That was a cool episode. Where all of the previous episodes were mostly just funny, haha. This episode had a little bit of that sadness to serve as an amazing contrast. To serve as a great contrast. Okay. That was episode 4 of Zom 100. And as I said, this episode brought us some really nice contrast. We did have a little bit of that contrast, but mostly by proxy. Right? We see that other people's lives are miserable in this whole zombie pandemic, and here is Akira, who's completely, you know, doesn't mind any of that. He does his thing. He's completely carefree, completely careless. Nothing bothers him. That was this contrast. In this episode, Akira himself got a little taste for despair. I think that would be the best way to put it. In all the previous episodes, whenever someone was in a state of despair, it was someone else, contrasted with Akira, who's forever cheerful and carefree. In this episode, it was Akira who directly experienced that despair, who directly was influenced by the zombie apocalypse, by the zombie pandemic. It wasn't just him watching someone else's lives being ruined, it was his own life being affected by it. And that's important. I really believe that in shows, in media in general, that have like one singular base, so to speak, so either a comedy, a drama, a tragedy, an action flick, whatever, media that is based on that like one single characteristic, contrast is crucial. Contrast is really crucial because after a while of watching a drama unfold, when nobody is ever happy, you just kind of stop caring, right? Because if no happy moments can be had, you can't really be sad that there are no happy moments, because there cannot be any. I have that problem with storytelling in Arknights, for example, that is so dire and depressing and heavy that I find it really hard to care. We meet some character and I know that character will be dead. We try to make some situation better and I know that it will not get much better. And it really makes it hard to care. Similarly, when it comes to comedies, a comedy that's just a bunch of slapstick can work in low doses. But not even then. Even then, it needs some contrast. Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is actually a great example, in my opinion. Is it purely a comedy with a lot of slapstick humor and whatnot? Yes, it absolutely is. But are there some somber moments? Do they happen? Yes, they do. Do some sad moments happen? Absolutely, they do. And that gives us contrast, that gives us something to compare the comedy with. And that's what Zone 100 does in this episode in particular. The forever lasting comedy of Akira's constant carelessness and carefreeness, rather. It wouldn't hit us hard if he was never actually experiencing any hardships. The fact that he experienced this bit of despair makes his usual demeanor all the more important and all the more pronounced. They know what they're doing. That's how I'm gonna say it. The author of the manga knows what he's doing, and the creators of this anime, they know what they're doing as well. The choices of music, the choices of shots and cinematography and everything else works in perfect symphony to create the exact desired effect. The exact desired effect. Yeah, it's a great show and a little bit deeper than I thought it would be. So, thumbs up for this episode and for this show in general. I already expressed my love for it many times, so I'm gonna express it once more. I really like Zom 100. But I guess that's it. I guess that's all I have to say about this episode. Maybe you do, however, and if so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please, from the manga. If you do want to talk spoilers, my Discord is here, also linked in the description. You can do that there. Subscribe to the channel to be notified. First, like this video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Zom 100, but also Helk Nanatsu no Maken ga Shihai Suru, Atelier Araiza, and Undead Girl Murder Farce, and other shows coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes Gunpla building, sometimes gacha games, so you might want to click the bell to be notified whenever I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Madoka Magica, Simple Gear, and others, and for just $1 a month you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And right now, that's gonna be it from me for today. And if you don't want to spend any money, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, costs nothing, helps a lot. How am I so forgetful today? I don't know. And now, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful patrons: QB, Without a Net, Fruitzay, Rainer, Aquamancer, Fassel, Dr. Wotmar, Shuki Ally, and Hans Peter, and you can join them without having to jump the track on a bike.